They walk into your life quietly, maybe as a friend, maybe as someone you didn't even notice at first, and yet somehow, months later, you realize they become unforgettable. Not because they were the loudest in the room, not because they demanded attention, but because of the way they made you feel, like someone truly saw you, maybe for the first time in a long time. That's the power of a Pisces. And no matter how the relationship ended, or even if it never really began, you don't forget them, because there's something about a Pisces that stays with you long after they've gone. Let's talk about why. First off, Pisces have this way of making you feel like you're the only one in the room. It's not fake. It's not flattery. It's this deep, quiet presence they bring when they care. When a Pisces listens to you, they're not thinking about what they'll say next. They're absorbing you. And in a world that's constantly rushing, constantly distracted, that kind of attention hits different. It heals you in ways you didn't even know you needed healing. They have a softness, not a weakness, let's be clear, but a softness that makes you feel safe. Like you can let your guard down and finally breathe. And maybe that's the first unforgettable trait. Pisces have a way of holding space for your mess, your dreams, your contradictions, without judgment. They don't ask you to be less. They don't flinch at your pain. They just sit with you in it, silently, kindly. And when you've spent a long time being misunderstood, that kind of presence, it's magnetic. But don't mistake their softness for simplicity. Pisces are layered. They're ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusions, intuition, and that gives them this surreal quality. They can seem like they're floating above the rest of us, dancing somewhere between fantasy and reality. But make no mistake, they feel everything. Every glance, every word, every shift in energy. They're the emotional barometers of any room they walk into. Second trait, Pisces feel everything. And that includes what you're not saying. You can smile all you want, but if your heart is hurting, they'll know. And not only will they know, they'll care. They'll carry it with you. Now that can be a gift, but it's also a burden, because the world doesn't always give Pisces a place to be as deep and tender as they are. People take. People expect them to understand, to forgive, to give more than they get, and they do, until they can't anymore. And here's the thing. When a Pisces leaves, it's not sudden. It's quiet. It's after 100 little heartbreaks they never told you about. And by the time they go, they've already mourned you. Third trait? Pisces leave only after they've loved you more than you probably deserved. And you'll feel that absence deeply. Because when they were there, they didn't just love you in the way you wanted to be loved. They loved you in the way you didn't know you needed. They'll remember how you take your coffee. They'll send you songs that match your mood. They'll dream with you, believe in you, pick you up when you're at your lowest. And then, when they're gone, it's not just them you miss, it's the version of you that only existed around them, the one who felt seen. Pisces have this ethereal way of bringing out your best self because they see that self even when you don't. And here's something else people don't talk about enough: their courage. Because yes, they're gentle. But it takes courage to feel as deeply as they do in a world that tells you not to. It takes courage to keep showing up with an open heart when your heart has been broken 100 times before. Fourth trait, Pisces are brave in ways that most people don't recognize. They won't always fight with fists, but they will fight with loyalty, with compassion, with hope. And you know what? That's not weakness. That's strength in its purest form. They're the person who texts you to make sure you got home safe, the one who remembers your birthday when no one else does, the one who forgives you even when you didn't say sorry, because they understand that hurt people hurt people. They love you past your defenses, but don't take advantage of that, because while they may forgive, they don't forget how it felt. Fifth unforgettable trait, Pisces remember everything, especially the things you thought they didn't notice. Your tone, your silence, the way you looked away when they needed you most. They may not confront you, they may not lash out, but it stays with them, quietly, softly, permanently, and eventually they'll let go. Not with anger, but with grace, and you'll wonder why they drifted. But the truth is, they didn't drift. You just stopped showing up in the way they needed. They need connection, real, raw, soul-level connection. And if they don't feel it anymore, they won't fake it. Sixth trait, Pisces are too real for superficial connections. They crave conversations that go beyond the weather, beyond the small talk. They want to know what keeps you up at night, what your wildest dreams are, what you believe in when everything falls apart. They want to go there because they live there. They don't do surface level, they do depth. And once you've tasted that kind of emotional intimacy, it's hard to settle for anything less. They're also artists, even when they're not creating art. Their life is a canvas. Every feeling becomes a color, every heartbreak, a poem, every dream, a painting in progress. Seventh unforgettable trait, Pisces bring beauty into the mundane. They'll make you notice the way sunlight dances on your kitchen floor, the way someone's laugh can feel like home, the way music can say the things you don't have words for. They live in the in-between, the pauses, the silence, the lingering glances. They romanticize life, not to escape it, but to honor it. And that changes you, because suddenly you're looking at the world through their lens, and it's softer, kinder, more alive. Eighth trait, Pisces awaken the part of you that still believes in magic. They make you feel like maybe, just maybe, there's more to this world than what we see. And that belief, it stays with you. Long after they're gone, you'll still look at a sunset and think of them. You'll hear a song and feel that ache in your chest. You'll remember what it felt like to be really loved, and you'll miss it. Not because you can't find love again, but because that kind of love, the Pisces kind, it's rare. Ninth unforgettable trait, Pisces are unforgettable because they love like no one else. They don't follow a manual. They don't calculate their moves. They love like the ocean loves the shore, over and over, even when it's been pushed away. They love fully, recklessly, beautifully, and it changes you. 10th trait, Pisces change people, not by force, but by presence. They won't tell you what to do, but being around them makes you want to be softer, more open, more patient. Because when someone meets you with that much compassion, it's hard not to rise to meet them back. They bring out the best in people, even if those people aren't ready for it. And here's where it gets real. Sometimes that hurts them, because people don't always treat Pisces well. They see their kindness as naivety, their softness as something to exploit. And yet, Pisces keep loving anyway. 11th trait, Pisces love even when they've been hurt. They don't stop believing in people. They don't stop hoping. They want to see the good. And that can be dangerous, but it's also what makes them so precious. Because in a world full of skeptics, they dare to believe in you, in love, in second chances. 12th unforgettable trait, Pisces offer redemption without asking for a receipt. They give you the space to grow, the grace to stumble, the patience to become who you're meant to be. They love who you are, but they also love who you're becoming. And that kind of love, it stays with you. It teaches you. It changes you. You might go years without talking to them. You might even convince yourself you've moved on, forgotten, healed, distanced. But then one small thing, just one, triggers that familiar feeling. A song, a scent, a phrase they used to say, or the way a stranger looks at you with the same kind of open-hearted vulnerability. And suddenly you're right back in that place, the place they created, the place where you felt understood in a way you didn't even know you needed. That's what Pisces do. They leave behind not just memories, but imprints, soft, unshakable ones, on your mind, on your emotions, on your life. And it's funny because sometimes people underestimate them, think they're too soft, too slow, too distracted, too dreamy. But the truth is, they're not too anything. They're exactly enough in all the places the world forgets to nurture. 13th trait, Pisces teach you how to feel again. And it's not loud, it's not dramatic, it's not some breakthrough therapy session. It's gentle. It's them sitting next to you when you don't have the words. It's them sending you a song at 2 a.m. and saying, "This reminded me of you." It's them whispering, "You don't have to be okay right now," and meaning it. It's them reminding you that your softness isn't something to fix. It's something to protect. We live in a time where people want fast answers, short conversations, quick resolutions. But Pisces, they slow everything down. They make room for nuance. They sit in the gray. 14th trait, Pisces exist between the lines. They are rarely either or. They're both, always both. Joy and sadness, strength and fragility, past and future, reality and dream. They're the poet and the fighter, the healer and the one who bleeds, the one who leaves and the one who stays in your heart forever. And sometimes that frustrates people because we want people to fit into clean categories. But Pisces don't play by the rules of this world. They feel their way through it. So when you love a Pisces, really love one, you have to accept that they won't always make sense, but they will always be sincere. And that's the last thing you should remember about them. 15th and final trait, Pisces love in a way that doesn't ask for applause. They won't always say the perfect thing. They won't always know how to protect themselves. But their love, it's never half-hearted. It's never calculated. It's pure. They'll love you when you're messy, when you've pushed them away, when you've said too little or too much. They'll love the parts of you you're ashamed of, the parts you hide, the parts you haven't even made peace with yet. And when they leave, if they leave, it's not out of malice. It's because staying began to tear them apart. But even in their absence, you'll feel them. They'll show up in the way you've started to talk to others more gently, in the way you pause before judging someone, in the way you cry at movies now, in the way you've allowed yourself to soften. And that's the legacy of a Pisces. They don't demand change, they inspire it, quietly, softly, lastingly. So if you've ever loved a Pisces or been loved by one, you know this truth. They are not just a person, they are an experience. A moment in time that felt a little too vivid to be ordinary. A feeling that doesn't have a name. A memory you don't want to let go of. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. So the next time you meet someone who sees you too deeply, loves you too unconditionally, and walks through your chaos without flinching, look a little closer. You might just be in the presence of a Pisces. And trust me, you'll never forget it.